fellow knights and warriors. Today I am going to play Ancients. This is the game that was originally released in the mid 80s, and since that day it got couple of new versions. But I'm going to play OG version because this is the essence of the easy and fun and quick to play war games. It was released in 1986 and soon it was re-implemented with Ancients 2, and it is a game that covers tactical warfare in the age before the gunpowder was introduced. So you can use Ancients to play any battle starting with pre-cataclysm era like Har-Megiddo or Kaddish, and go through the classic Greek or Roman era until the Dark Ages and medieval times. So this is a pretty long time, and yes, some of you may complain, come on, same rules for let's say Har-Megiddo and some same rules for Crécy. Yeah. Hardcore grognards will find this game probably unplayable due to the simplicity. But from the other hand, I think that having such a easy and fun and quick to play war games is fun as well, because let's make it straight, I am not very fond of the games where you study your rulebook more than you actually play the game. This is something wrong about it, and that's why I like such games. Also, Ancients get its advanced version, but it is not advanced in the way like Advanced Squad Leader or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. No, game uses basically the same stuff, but advanced versions comes with a couple of new ideas about rules, about the command of units, and activations. I might cover it in the future, I don't know, because I never studied it for long enough to play it. I played Ancients, and that's what I'm going to do today. There is a lot of rules for, a lot of scenarios for this game. I think that more about 80, 90 scenarios created starting since the beginning of the game, and you can find all of them in the website of Board Game Geek in the file section for this game, where you can find all these scenarios together in the single file. There are land battles and naval battles, which is pretty interesting and I think quite a unique thing. And so, I'm going to start today with the Battle of Chaeronea. It is a battle fought in 338 BC, and the battle is usually known as the end of classic Greece, because this is a battle where Macedonians clashed with Greeks, and Philip, the king of Macedonia, won the battle, destroying his enemies and conquering the Greece. Every battle in Ancients takes 6 turns to play, so they are not very long by default. We have a couple of units, and we can divide them in such way. First, we have normal leg units. We have cavalry units, and we have missile units. You can clearly tell the difference because missile units have a letter. So if unit has a letter, it has a missile ability. Otherwise, it can only perform a melee. We have commanders, and there is interesting way to use them, because you are actually don't use actual commanders, but you use your commander counters. Each side has specific number of them to rally your disorganized troops or to support your attacks. And finally, we have camps. Camps are used to support your troops in the way that they can defend themselves, they can perform missile combat, but if you will be able to capture enemy camp, you might get victory points that allow you to win the game, because in this game you get victory points for the certain actions like making enemy army panic, amassing twice of your forces than enemy at the end of the game, or sizing enemy camp. Okay, so that would be all for the introduction, and oh, one more important thing, a panic level. Panic level is quite an important thing in the Ancients. Each army has its panic level. In this battle, Macedonians, who are here, have a panic level of 18, and the Greeks, who are there, have a panic level of 20. If army loses the number of points equal or higher than the panic level, it panics. And you can tell that it is quite bad for the army. And also, if you will be able to make enemy army panic, you gain a victory point. Okay, so that would be all for the introduction. And I'm going to play this scenario now. I will try to make it step by step, explaining everything, so you will understand how this system works. Rules themselves are able to download via internet. Same goes to the Vassal module. I believe there is print and play version of this game to be found in the web as well. So if you will find this game interesting, there won't be any problem to get it. So, let's start the game. We are starting in turn 1, so let's place a turn marker on the board on the hex 1. And now, player A is first player, so Macedonians are going first. First thing is to remove leaders' markers. If you have leader markers on your units, you have to remove them and place nearby, because you'll be placing them back soon. Next, there is a panic control check. You are checking if you didn't lose enough units to make your army suffer a panic, and if you want, you can skip this check. Next, reinforcements phase. If you have any reinforcements to arrive, they are coming now, but there are no reinforcements in this scenario. Next, there is movement phase. Now, you can move all your units. And now, the movement ability is the number on the right side of your unit. You are moving on the one of the 3 hexes in front of you. So, for example, this unit might move here, there, and there. You can also change your facing, spending 1 movement point for turning your unit in any way you like. And next, you can simply do not move. You can stay where you are. This is your own choice to move or not. Some terrains have their effects on movement. For example, there are terrains where your unit has to spend more than simply 1 movement point, and in some regions, like for example woods, you can see this star here. This means that unit becomes disorganized and has to stop when enters such kind of terrain. Notice that phalanx have only 1 movement point, so they can always enter the 1 hex. This is no matter what kind of terrain it is, no matter what cost it is, they can enter this terrain as long as it is not prohibited. Because, let me show you, for example, river is prohibited terrain. You cannot move through the river, this is a river, and you cannot fight through the river. It can be only crossed by the bridge or ford. Okay, so now my Macedonians are going to move. So I am moving here, they are moving here, they are moving here, and these are phalanx, so one hex move only. And I think they will change their facing instead. Okay. And now this flank. This is light cavalry here and heavy cavalry here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And now my archers, or rather light infantry, but armored with missile weapons as well. They are moving like that. So rotate left. Oh no, right. Sorry. So this is 1, 2, and 3. That's what they are going to do. And here they are not going to move. They are going to stay where they are, I think. Or maybe I wonder if I would like to attack here onto the camp. But I think it won't hurt. But this is a pretty risky movement. You will soon see why. But that's what I'm doing, because mostly I want to show you how this game works. More than actually playing to win the game. Alright, so that's all for the movement. All my units were moved. And now there is leaders placing step. In this step you are taking your leaders and you are placing them on your units. So I am going to take this leader, and he is going to be placed here, and this leader is going to be placed there. Or maybe, oh no, let him stay. Alright, so this is a leader placing step. Next we have a missile step. Enemy units are able to fire at your units if you are in their covered arc and in the range. Every unit that has A or B might now fire at you. And now, of course, enemy has a couple of missile units that can fire at me, and that's what they are going to do. Range can be 1 or 2, but certain units can be fired on the range of 1. Here we have a missile table. Like I said, there are 2 missile abilities, A or B. And now A can fire on the 3 hexes, B can fire only on the 2 hexes. And for example, notice that if your target is phalanx and you are B, you can only fire at them on the range of 1. And if you are A, you can fire at them on the range of 1 and 2. As for the effects, you are rolling 1d6, and if you will get a desired result, then enemy gets disorganized. There are no other options, only disorganization. So now, this camp fires at my light infantry. They are both on the same level, because they are both on the same height of the hill, so there are no modifiers for the terrain. And now I am rolling. They are A, and their target is infantry. And they are firing on the 1 hex, so they need 3 or less to score a hit on me. 2, they scored a hit, so my unit is disordered. Now this infantry, oh, and one more thing, I have to mark them as volley. Now this light infantry fires at them. They have B, and they are firing on the infantry, so they need only 1 to score a hit. And they did it! Fantastic! So this light infantry is disorganized, and they are marked as volley. Anyone else? I think not. Why? Well, They are in the woods, and there are woods on their way to them. So no missile. Also, they are phalanx, so they can be fired from the one hex only, with a unit of B. But now they can fire at this phalanx. They need one to score a hit, and no effect. They are marked as volley. As for them, they are also phalanx, so no effects. And this concludes missile fire step. Next we have close combat step. In this step, your unit are allowed to attack enemy units on the adjacent hexes. Let's start here. I have 2 versus 2. There are no modifiers here, simply a combat versus one unit versus one unit, because you can only fight with one unit. Enemy unit can be attacked multiple times, but your fight is only one versus one. You can attack with multiple units, one enemy unit, but you can also attack a single unit with your single unit. There is no obligation of attacking all the units on the adjacent hexes. So I am fighting 1-to-1 here, and this is 1. And it is bad result, because you always want to get the higher result possible. So this is 1-to-1 and 1. AD. This means that attacker is disordered. So my light cavalry is disordered. No good. Now my heavy cavalry attacks this light cavalry. I have 4, but I am with a leader. So you can see that the leader has this number, saying that he makes your unit twice stronger. So they have 8 versus 2, so it will be 4-to-1. The higher result possible is 3-to-1, so we'll be using this 3-to-1 column, and we got 5. DE, defender eliminated, so they are out. And now, if your unit is not heavy infantry or phalanx, you have to take the hex which was occupied by the enemy. Phalanx or heavy infantry might decide they are not going to do so, but all the other units have to do so. Now here, I have phalanx versus other phalanx, so it is 1-to-1. They have both stars, or asterisk, I should some say, and this asterisk means that they have special ability that makes them twice stronger if they are fighting versus cavalry. But they are both fighting versus phalanx, so this special ability is now in effect. So we have 1-to-1, but they have a leader, so this is 2-to-1. So they have 12 and they have 6, so 2-to-1, no other modifiers, and 6. Oh great, that's 6 in the 2-to-1. Defender eliminated, amazing. So this Greek phalanx is out, and now this phalanx might like to enter this hex, and that's what they are going to do. Now this phalanx wants to attack, and it can attack this Greek phalanx, but they have a leader, so the leader will double their strength, or this light infantry, and they target this light infantry. They have 6 versus 2, so this is 3-to-1, and we have 5. What a series of amazing roll. This is DE again. So we already managed to destroy a couple of Greek units, about 10. So this is a half of the strength points we need to destroy to make them panic. That's quite cool. And like I said, they are now free to decide if they want to take the vacant hex, which was occupied by the destroyed unit, or not. The choice is player's choice, but I want to do so. And Now that's the end of the combat phase. Next we have rally phase. And in the rally phase, if any of your unit is disorganized or disordered, as the rule says, and it is stuck with a leader, it can be reorganized and brought back to its full strength. I haven't such a problem because both of my units stuck with the leaders have their full strength. And the final step is you have to remove volley markers from all your units. Yes, your units. So you are not doing this to the enemy units, but only your units. I don't have any volley markers on my units, so that's all for the Macedonians. Right, that's all for them. And now we have to do the same stuff for the Greeks. So let's go. We are starting with removal of the commanders. So this one is out. This one is out. Notice that Macedonians commanders are staying on their units until the end of the enemy turn, and they will of course be affecting combat. Next we have to check panic, and we have 10, so still we are in the half of the panic. Next reinforcements, no, and movement. So what I'm going to do now is to rotate them left, right. Okay. They will move here. They will move there. They will go here, and that's all. They will change their facing. Okay, so that's my movement, and now I have to place my leaders. So this leader is placed here, and this one will go here. And one more important thing. If unit is marked with a volley, this means that it cannot move and attack in its turn. It can still make a retreat before combat, but it cannot attack nor move. Okay, next we have a missile phase, and now Macedonians might fire. So they are firing on the Greeks here. They need one because they are phalanx. And they get it! Amazing! So they are disordered. Now they are firing on this light infantry. So they have B, and enemy is infantry and the others on the 2 hexes range. So we need 1. And amazing! We got another 1. They are killing enemies with ease. And let's mark them with volley. No other units to fire, so now Greeks are attacking. And now we are starting here, and they are going to attack them. And first of all, there is something I forgot to tell you about during the Macedonian combat phase. There is an option to make a retreat before combat. If your unit feels that it cannot win the battle, it can withdraw. And by withdrawing means that your unit makes one, on the hex right below them, but it also is disorganized. So sometimes it can be good, but if your unit is already disorganized, then withdrawal is not an option. So they are attacking here. They have 2 versus 1. So it's 2 to 1, and we got 6. What a series of amazing rolls. Defender eliminated. So they are done. And yeah, like I said, they can, if they want to take this hex or not, they are not going to do so. Now, if they want to attack this light infantry or not, I think they don't want to. So, or maybe they are on the hill, so my strength will be halved, and I am on the river, so my strength also will be halved. So that's not something I'm going to do. No. Next. This phalanx attacks that phalanx, and this is going to be an interesting combat, because we have 6 versus 6, but they have a commander, so their strength is doubled to the 12, and they are attacking from the flank. Because when you are attacking enemy unit from one of the rear hexes, so these 3 are front hexes and these 3 are rear hexes, you get your strength doubled as well. So they have 12 because of the leader, and now they are doubled again because of the flank attack. So they have total of 24 versus 6, so it's 4 to 1. Let's make a roll, and we get another 6. 6 in the 3 to 1, defender eliminated. So this phalanx is eliminated. I can take the hex, but I am not going to do so. Next. This phalanx attacks that phalanx. 6 versus 6, but they have a commander, so their strength is doubled to 12. So it's 2 to 1. I started to feel that there's something wrong with this dice bot, because I got 6 versus 6, 6, 6, 6 again. Satan will be proud of me. But this is defender eliminated again, so another phalanx is out, and this phalanx is taking the hex. Now here, this phalanx attacks this cavalry. They have 6, but they have an asterisk, so this means that their strength is doubled when they are fighting versus cavalry, so they have 12. This cavalry has 4, but it has a leader. Oh, sorry, one more thing. They are attacking this cavalry from the flank. So they had 12, and now it is doubled to 24. Okay, and now this cavalry has 4, but it has a leader, so it is 8. So we have 24 versus 8. It is still 3 to 1. And finally not 6. 3 to 1 and 2, it is DD. Defender disordered. So this cavalry becomes disordered, and there was a leader here. If there is a leader on the unit which was disordered or destroyed, we have to make a roll if he wasn't killed during this combat. I need to make a roll, and if I will get 1, then leader is out. Is 5, so the leader is fine. And finally, this light cavalry attacks that light cavalry. We have 2 versus 1, so it's 2 to 1 and 2. This is melee. This means that both units are disorganized. But if one unit was already disorganized, then nothing happens to this unit. So they are disorganized and everything fine. Please notice this battle here. This unit has a movement points of 5, so technically it would be able to withdraw before combat, but it couldn't, because the only hex where this unit could make a withdrawal was that hex, and this hex was also adjacent to the enemy unit, so withdrawal is not possible. And now we have a rally step. So I have to remove volley markers from all my units. And then I have to check if my commanders can rally any of my troops. They are fine, I don't have to rally them. And the other commander is here. They are fine, so I don't have to rally them. Okay. So no rally for Greeks, and this is the end of the turn 1. We are starting with turn 2. And now Macedonians are going to make their actions. So they are removing their leaders. They are making a check for their panic. They lost 12 and they need 18. So they are quite close to the panic level. They have to be more cautious. And now, what I am going to do? Let's go to the movement phase, of course. This phalanx, it cannot attack anyone. Why? Because I can move here, but I don't have any enemy units on the adjacent in my front hexes. Moving here, moving there will bring me nothing. So that's bad. That's bad. Definitely that's bad. But well, these are phalanx. They are very strong, but it's not easy to maneuver them. So I will move like that. This phalanx will change its facing. This cavalry here will be fighting, and this cavalry wants to get out of this phalanx, feeling that it can be a danger to be so close to the enemy. So they 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what they are going to do. They will stay here, and they will stay there as well. So now my leaders, I can place them, and I will place one of my leaders here and one of my leaders there. Now enemy missile phase. In this phase enemy might fire at me. So this camp fires here and they missed. This light infantry fires here and they missed. So let's mark them as volley. This light infantry fires here and they missed too. Okay, so that's all for the missile phase, and now close combat phase. Let's start here. I have 1 versus 1, but they have a commander, so there is 2 versus 1. They cannot withdraw because their movement allowance is the same, and you can only make a withdrawal if you have if your movement allowance is higher than attacker's movement allowance. So this is 2 versus 1, 2 to 1, and 3 in the 2 to 1 is DD, Defender Disordered, and since they are already disordered, they are out, and I have to take this hex. Now this light cavalry, they are mid heavy cavalry, but they were disordered. They are attacking them. They have 2 versus 1, so it's 2 to 1, but they are attacking from the flank. So this is 4 to 1. So we'll be using 3 to 1 column, and let's make a roll. This is 3 in the 3 to 1, DD, Defender Disordered, and they were already disordered, so they are done. And I have to take this hex. And finally here, I am not marked as a volley, so I can attack them. I have 1, but I have a commander, so I will have 2, and they are on the stream hex, and all units on the stream hex have their defense and strength halved. So I have 2 versus 1. So it is 2 to 1, and roll is, oh my, it's 1. 1 in the 2 to 1 is melee. So both sides are disordered, and if any of them was already disordered, then nothing happens to them. So they are disordered, they are not affected by this combat, but they have to make a roll for their leader. So if I will roll 1, then the leader is out. It was 2. Whoa, pretty close. Okay, now I can use my leaders to rally my troops. This one was disorganized, so now it is back to normal, and all the other Macedonian units are back, and now I can remove volley markers from Macedonian missile units. Here they weren't firing, so no volleys on them. And now this concludes Macedonian actions in the turn 2. So it is Greek time to go. We are starting with leaders removal. So here and there. And next we have to make a panic check. We are always checking a unit's full strength. So it is 2, 8, 10, 12, 14. And they have 20. So still not enough to retreat. That's good. And next we have a movement phase. And so this phalanx goes here, so it will fight against this phalanx. This one is not going to join them. It won't provide any necessary modifiers needed to win this battle. This phalanx goes here. It will try to target Macedonian camp, and this phalanx is it can change its facing, but it won't do much to them, because this cavalry will be able to run away or not, because it is disordered. So no, I am going to change my facing, rotate left like that, so they will attack this heavy cavalry. And that's all for the movement phase. Yes, that's all. Next we have a missile combat phase, and now Macedonians can fire. So they cannot fire because this is phalanx, and phalanx can be targeted right from the adjacent hex. So I cannot fire at them, but I can fire here at this light infantry. So I am firing. This is B and 1 hex range. B, infantry and the others 1, 2. So I need 1, 2 to score a hit, and 3, no effect. So I am marking them as volley. And now combat phase. No. First we have a leader placement phase. So I will place 1 leader here, so he will rally this disorganized phalanx, and the next leader goes here, so he will support this fight. Okay, and now combat. I am not attacking here. Well, they are fired, so they cannot make attacks. And now this phalanx attack that phalanx. This is 2 to 1, because 1 to 1 plus a leader, so it's 2 to 1, and the roll is 5. That's good. DD. Defender disorganized, so they are disordered. Okay, now this infantry, this phalanx, attacks this light cavalry. This is 6 to 2, so it is 3 to 1, and they are disordered, so they would have to be disordered again during if they want to withdrawal. So they don't want to withdraw, but I think they will be eliminated all in all, because they have 6 versus 2, so it's 3 to 1. They are phalanx versus cavalry, so it will be 24 to 2, 12 to 2, and now they are attacking from the flanks, so it will be 24 to 2. So it is 3 to 1, we cannot get any more, and it is 6, so we know what it means. They are out. And let's bring them to the full strength. And do I want to take the vacant hex? Let me think. No. And that's all for the combat phase of the Greeks. Now rally. Let's mark them as available to fire, and now this leader rallies this phalanx to its full strength. So that's the end of the turn 2. We are moving to the turn 3. And now we are starting with Macedonians, and first of all leaders removal step. Next we have panic, and notice that what we have here, let's mark them 2, 8, 14, 18. So yes, there's the panic level was reached among Macedonian army. So all the Macedonian units are now marked as disordered. If they are if they are already disordered, you don't have to mark them. And during their movement phase, they will have to move to the nearest edge of the board to leave the board, as long as they are disorganized. So you can tell that they are in a very bad situation. Okay, so let's go and move. This one moves here because this edge is the closest possible. They are rotating 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. They cannot, because anywhere they will go, they will be adjacent to the enemy, because this hex and that hex are still out of their movement. They can only move here, because this is the nearest edge of the board, and now they are changing their facing. 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, and 3. So that's all. And now, oh, this cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they left the board. Units that leave the board during the panic are not counted as destroyed. They are running away. They are not eradicated, but they are leaving the board for good and they cannot return. And now Macedonian player can place his commanders. So I'm placing this one here and the other there. And now I'm not attacking anywhere, but I am rallying my troops. So they are back to normal, and they are back to normal. And that's all for them. And important thing to notice is that army might panic only once per game. So Macedonians already panicked, and they cannot panic again. Okay, so now Greeks. This phalanx goes adjacent to the camp. This phalanx moves here. This phalanx goes there. This phalanx walks there. Oh, I forgot to remove my commanders. And as for commanders, now he will go here and he will go there. Now missile phase, but Macedonians have no option to perform valleys, so I should remove valley from here. And now combat phase. These two Greek phalanx are attacking this Macedonian phalanx, so this is 6 and now 12 because of the commander, and 24 because of attacking from the flank. So 6 plus 24 is 30 versus 6 doubled because of the leader, it is 12. So we have 30 versus 12. So this is 2 to 1 because we are always rounding down in favor of the defender. So this is 2 to 1 and the roll is 1. 2 to 1 and the roll is 1. It is melee. Okay. So all the units involved in combat are disorganized. And now we have to make a rolls for the leader. First for the Greek leader, he's fine. Macedonian leader, he's fine. And now they are attacking this camp. Oh, I forgot about that camp can fire at them, so let's make this missile check. Okay, and the camp hit them. This was A, range 1, so yes, this is a hit. This unit suffers disorganization. And now we have 2 versus 2, this is 1 to 1. And 4, in the 1 to 1, this is melee. Both sides are disorganized, they are already disorganized, and camp is disorganized. So that's all for Macedonians, sorry, for Greeks. And now I can rally my my disorganized Macedonians, my Greeks. Okay, sorry, they are back to normal. And this is the end of the turn 3. We are going into turn 4. Turn 4 and Macedonians. First, remove their leaders. Next, we don't care about panic anymore because they already panicked. So next we have a move. This phalanx goes here. This one changes its facing. And that's all. I don't have any more units to move. Next, we have leaders return. So he goes back here and he goes there. Oh no, well, wait. No, he cannot go here because they are panicked, so they are leaving the board. So this leader can only move here. Oh no, they are sorry, one more thing. 1, 2, 3. They are still panicked, so this leader goes to rally them. Now, Macedonian combo. First enemy missile phase, but I don't think I have any options to perform a missile phase versus Macedonians. No, they have B, so 2 hexes range, and this camp has no units in this in its missile range, so no missile combat for Greeks, and now Macedonian combat. So this they have it will be, well, attacking here will be pointless because I will have 6 versus 12. That's not a good idea. So I'm not attacking here. I will only perform a single attack versus this phalanx. So I have 6 versus 2, and I have my strength doubled because I am attacking from the flank, so I have 12 versus 2, so it will be 6 to 1. So it's 3 to 1 and 3. Defender disordered. So this one is done, and I can take this hex. And now my leaders are rallying my troops, so they are back to normal, and they are back to normal. Now Greeks. I am removing Greek commanders. Next I am making my movement. So 1, 2, and they are rotating. 1, and that would be all. I haven't any other options to do, so that's all for my movement. Now leaders replacement, and what I am going to do, this one goes here, this one goes there. And now combat. But first missiles. This camp fires at them. 5, no effect. And now combat. This is 2, but they have a leader, so it's 4 versus 1. So it's 3 to 1. and 1. Oh, this is melee, so both sides are disordered. They are disordered already, and camp also, so no effect. Now they are attacking this phalanx together, so this is 6. It is doubled because of the leader and doubled because of flank attack, so it is 24 versus 6. So this is 6 to 1. No, 4 to 1, but it is still 3 to 1. And 6 in the 3 to 1, this is DE. So this phalanx is out. And they are taking the ground. Oh, and there is one more thing I forgot. I have to make a roll for this leader, because it was melee, so there is a chance that leader was killed. No effect. Now my rally phase, so they are back to normal, and this concludes turn 4. We are moving into turn 5, so two more turns left. And now Macedonians. They are removing their leaders, and they have only 2 units left on board. Oh, I feel bad for them. So this one changes its facing. 1, 2, 3, and they remain where they are. And now I have to place my leaders. So he will go here and he will go there. And enemy missile fire phase, no effect. Camp has no enemy in its range. They have no enemy in their range because they have B, so they can fire at phalanx only on the 1 hex range. And now close combat. This is 6 versus 6. Both have leaders, so this is 1 to 1. And 1. Oh, no good. 1 to 1. Attacker disordered. So this phalanx is disordered. And I need to make a roll for the leader. He is alive. I don't have any unit. Oh, I have my camp to remove volley and to back to normal. And that's all for the Macedonians. Now Greeks. First of all, they are removing the leaders, and next they are making move. So this phalanx goes here. This phalanx is remaining on that hex. They are moving here, and that's all. Next I have to make a leader's replacement. Oh no, first I have to make a missile fire. So this camp fires at this approaching phalanx. It's 2. So I think this is a hit. Let me see. They are phalanx, so 1 hex range. A, it is 1, it is 2. So yes, they are hit. That's bad. Volley, and now combat. They are attacking this phalanx. They have 6 and 2, so they have 8 versus 2. It is doubled by a leader, so this is... Oh, I forgot about placing leaders. Sorry, my mistake. I will place them here. Oh no, this leader goes here. So now what I have here? I have 12 plus 2, so it's 14. Versus 3 versus 2, it is doubled by a leader to 4. So I have 14 versus 4, so it is 3 to 1. And 6 in the 3 to 1, enemy is destroyed. And leader roll, he is fine. And now here I have a leader, so he's not going to make attack. He is simply going to rally his unit after the battle ends. So they are taking this hex because they have to, And now this leader rallies this phalanx. And that's the end of the turn 5. We are moving to the last turn of the battle. And we have last turn of the battle. Not much of the Macedonian units remain on board. We have only this light infantry here. All the others are destroyed, so you can tell who is winning the battle. But let's play it until the end. And now, leader removal. Next we have panic. No panic, because like I said, you cannot panic more than once during the game. Next movement. So 1 and 2. And next we have leader's placement. 1 and 2. No combat, because I'm not attacking anywhere. And next we have a rally phase. So this leader, no, they don't have to rally, so all I can do is to remove volley marker. And next, Greeks. Leader removal. Next we have movement. 1, 2, and 1. They are staying where they are. Next we have leader's placement. And next we have a missile phase. So both Macedonian units are firing. Camp fires at them. This is 1, so they are hit. And I have to roll for the leader loss. He's fine. And now they are firing at approaching phalanx. They have B. And 3, no effect. No effect, they need 1. And now combat. So this phalanx attacks this light infantry, and they have 6 versus 2. They have also leader, and they have leader too. So it will be 12 versus 4. Still 3 to 1. So they decide to retreat. They are disordered, and they are taking this hex. Now they are attacking this camp. They have 4 versus 4, so 1 to 1, and 6. In the 1 to 1, DD, defender, disordered, so the camp is captured. And this is the end of the battle and the end of the game, because camp was captured, enemy was forced to retreat, so I can now count the victory points. I have to say that the result is quite clear, but now, all in all, I need to check for victory points. So, there is 1 victory point for capturing enemy camp, so 1 point for Greeks, 1 point for making enemy panic, so 1 point, and 1 point for having twice bigger force on the board than enemy at the end of the game. So the Greeks managed to capture all the 3 victory points, so the battle is won by them, by default. You can tell that there are no chances for Macedonians to win the battle, so history changed. Macedonians weren't able to beat the Greeks, and probably there won't be Alexander the Great and his great war against Persians. Well, that's what might happen. So that's the end of this battle. I think I will return to this game sooner or later, because I really like it. You can see it is very easy to play, and there, it is random, yes. Some may say that it is sometimes too random, but I think it is still fun enough to play, so I will probably record some more videos about this game. And that's all for today. Goodbye.